Hello students, I am your biology lecturer. In the previous class we completed the chapter molecular basis of inheritance. Today I will give some important questions from this from the molecular basis of inheritance chapter. These questions are very important. Just I will give 1 mark and 5 marks question. It will cover almost all the topics. Okay, almost all important questions are here. First one, what is nucleoside? This is very important question. Nucleoside is a combination of pentose sugar and nitrogen base pair. Okay, while explaining the DNA composition I explained everything, just I will give the hint. Please prepare answer for all this question and send it to me. Okay, ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನಿಗೆ 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರನ್ನು ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ನನಗೆ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಪರ್ಸ್ನಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, that is what is nucleoside? Nucleoside is a combination of pentose sugar and nitrogen base pair. Okay, next question, what is nucleotide? Nucleotide is a combination of pentose sugar, nitrogen base pair plus phosphate group. Okay, then third question, what is nucleic acid? Nucleic acid, the DNA and RNAs are considered as a nucleic acid. These are present in the nucleus which is acidic in nature. That's why we can say nucleic acid. Then next question, how many nucleotides are present in bacteriophage, that is lambda? Totally 48,502. I will give the answer here only. 48,502 base pair are present in the bacteriophage. Okay, next question is like that only. How many nucleotides are present in E. coli bacteria? Totally 4.6 into 10 raised to 6. I will write the answer here. 4.6 into 10 raised to 6 base pairs are present in E. coli bacteria. Then how many nucleotides are present in the haploid human DNA? Haploid, just understand, 3.3 into 10 raised to 9 base pair. If it is asked for the diploid human nucleus, it becomes 6.4 into 10 raised to 9. Okay, then what is the composition of DNA? DNA is a polynucleotide chain. It is composed of pentose sugar, that is deoxyribose pentose sugar, nitrogen base pairs and phosphate group. Okay, then what is the composition of RNA? That is ribose nucleic acid. Okay, ribose pentose sugar, nitrogen base pair, then phosphate group. Okay, next one, Chargaff's rule. Chargaff's rule states that the ratio between adenine, thymine and guanine and cytosine are constant or equal to 1. Okay, 80 and GC, 80 divided by GC is equal to 1 or constant. Okay, next question, which bond is present in between nitrogen base pair and pentose sugar? The bond which is present in between nitrogen and pentose sugar, that is glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond is a characteristic bond of the sugars. Okay, in between nitrogen and pentose sugar, glycosidic bond is present. Next one, which bond is present in between phosphate and pentose sugar? In between phosphate and pentose sugar, that is the phosphodiester bond. Phosphodiester bond is present in between phosphate and pentose sugar. Okay, then which bond is present in between two nitrogens? The question number 12, that is, which bond is present in between two nitrogen bases? In between two nitrogen bases there is a hydrogen bond. The question may come like this: how many hydrogen bonds are present in between adenine and thymine? You already know that in between adenine and thymine there are two hydrogen bonds. Then in between guanine and cytosine there are totally 3 hydrogen bonds. Okay, 2 hydrogen bonds in between adenine and thymine. In between guanine and cytosine there are 3 hydrogen bonds. Which bonding is very strong bond? You can say that hydrogen bond is a very weak bond. Due to the presence of 3 hydrogen bonds, we can compare AT with a GC. AT is a weak bonding than the GC. Okay. Next question, what is central dogma of molecular biology? The central dogma of molecular biology is a synthesis of RNA by DNA, protein by RNA. It is like this: synthesis of DNA by DNA itself, and synthesis of RNA by the DNA, and synthesis of protein by RNA. It is known as a central dogma of molecular biology. Okay. Then what is nucleosome? The 14th question is, what is nucleosome? Nucleosome is a structure of DNA. Means a DNA is compactly packed with a histone protein. The structure is known as a nucleosome. Okay. DNA plus histone octamer is known as a nucleosome. Then what is transcription? Transcription is a process of formation of RNA by DNA. The process of formation of all the types of RNA from the DNA is known as transcription. Next question, that is translation. Okay. The question will come combination of 15th and 16th question, like what is protein synthesis? The protein synthesis is a process of formation of protein by DNA. Okay. There are two steps like transcription and translation. Okay. But here the question is like this: what is transcription? We already answered for that. Transcription is a process of formation of RNA from DNA. Then what is translation? Translation is a process of formation of protein from the RNA. This process is known as a transcription. This process is known as a translation. Okay. Then what is histone protein? Histone is one of the positive charged basic protein which is very necessary for packing of the DNA. Okay. Organization of the chromatin with the help of histone. Histone is a basic protein which helps for the packing of DNA. Okay. Inside the nucleus. You can explain the structure of histone protein. Histone protein is a octamer protein. It consists of 8 subunits like H1, H2, H3, H4 in a pairs. Okay. Then what is linker DNA? In between two histone protein there is a DNA, it is known as linker DNA. I did not mention here. You can, I will write another question. What is linker DNA? Okay. The question is linker DNA. In between two nucleosome there is a DNA, is known as a linker DNA. Then what is the length of human DNA? The length of human DNA is approximately 2.2 meters, which is given in your NCERT book. I will refer that one only. The length of a human DNA is all about 2.2 meters. Okay, then what is chromatin? Chromatin is a thread-like stained body which is present inside the nucleus. Okay. The nucleosome consists of repeating unit of structure that is known as the chromatin. Chromatin is a thread-like stained means colored body which is present inside the nucleus. It is known as a chromatin. Chromatin means we can say it is a colored body. Okay. Then next question, we already completed 19 questions. Next 20th question, what is euchromatin? Euchromatin is a type of chromatin which have the loose interaction between histone protein and DNA. Okay, it is loosely packed and lightly stained chromatin. Euchromatin is usually transcriptionally active chromatin. Okay, it have the loose interaction between protein and DNA. It is known as a transcriptionally active chromatin which is present exactly in the center of nucleus. Next question, what is heterochromatin? Heterochromatin is a transcriptionally inactive chromatin which is having a tight interaction between proteins and DNA, okay, which is present in the peripheral regions of the nucleus. Then, which bacteria is used by Friedrich for his experiment? Friedrich Griffith. He is a scientist. He explained the transforming principle with the help of the bacteria, that is Streptococcus pneumonia. He selected two strains of bacteria, rough strain and smooth strain. Rough strain causes the disease, smooth strain causes the disease, rough strain does not cause any diseases. Okay. R strain, rough strain is nothing but the R strain, smooth strain is nothing but the S strain. Rough strain which does not have any mucus layer, smooth strain having the virulent activity. While explaining the experiment of Friedrich Griffith, I explained everything. Okay, please read once, you can get the clear idea about the question. Next, what is transforming principle? According to the Friedrich Griffith, something is transferred from dead mice to live mice. It is nothing but the DNA. DNA is a transforming principle. Next question, that is, what is replication? What is replication? The replication is a process of formation of DNA by the DNA is known as DNA replication. Replication antandra DNA inda DNA formation aguda process na ನಾವು DNA replication anta ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Next, which enzyme used for the unwinding of DNA? The enzyme is necessary for making the double stranded DNA into single stranded DNA. Double stranded DNA ಇದನ್ನ single stranded DNA convert ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ unwinding ಆಗಬೇಕು. Unwinding of DNA with the help of enzyme helicase. DNA helicase is an enzyme which is very necessary for unwinding of the DNA. Okay. Next one, what is semi-conservation? Semi-conservation is one of the mechanism of DNA replication. During the DNA replication, one of the parental strand remain as it is. Only one strand is newly synthesized. This process of replication is known as a semi-conservation. Okay. Then Here I will mention what is semi-conservative, conservative in replication, or you can write what is some semi-conservative replication. Okay, then what is replication fork? During the process of DNA replication, just listen the answer students, you can get the clear idea about writing the answers. What is replication fork? Replication fork is during the DNA replication, the double stranded DNA is uncoiled to form a single stranded DNA. At the point where this double stranded DNA is uncoiled, it is considered as a replication fork. It is usually Y-shaped structure. It is due to the enzyme helicase. Okay. Then what is DNA ligase? DNA ligase is an enzyme which is very necessary for joining the DNA fragments. Okay. Then next question. What is origin of replication? Origin of replication in the sense it is a point or the site where the replication starts. It is considered as a origin of replication. The DNA replication starts with having the Prinbo box or Tata box specific sequences. Okay. The DNA replication takes place by RNA polymerase. Okay. Sorry, DNA polymerase helps in the DNA replication. Then what are Okazaki fragments? During the process of DNA replication, one strand synthesis continuously, another strand synthesis discontinuously. The discontinuous strand is considered as a Okazaki fragments. Those Okazaki fragments are joined with the help of DNA ligase after the DNA replication. Iga DNA synthesis ಆಗಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರ ಈ ತರ one strand complete ಆಗಿ synthesis ಆಗಿರ್ತದ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು strand discontinuous ಇರ್ತದ. This discontinuous strand later becomes continuous. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ ಈ DNA fragments ಅನ್ನ join ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ. That joining of DNA fragments with the help of DNA ligase. Okay. Then next question, what is transcriptional unit? The transcription unit having the three regions like promoter, structural gene and a terminator. Usually ಇಲ್ಲಿ transcription unit andra first ಏನಿರ್ತದ promoter, middle structural genes, last ಗೆ terminator. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, that is the transcription unit. Next question, what are split genes? Split genes are present only in eukaryotic cells. These are nothing but the coding and non-coding sequences. Means in the DNA both the exons and introns are present. They are considered as the split genes. Okay. Introns ಮತ್ತು exons ಎರಡು ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ the DNA is considered as a split genes. Next question, what is exon? The coding sequences in the DNA is known as the exon. The non-coding sequences in the DNA is considered as a intron. Exons are the coding sequences, introns are the non-coding sequences. Okay. Next, what is sigma factor? Sigma factor which is going to attach with the RNA polymerase during the initiation process of transcription. Initiation factor is the sigma factor. Then what is RNA splicing? RNA splicing is nothing but the removal of introns and joining of introns, removal of introns and joining of exons. Itara okay, this one is the exon, this one is intron, this one is exon. Okay, in between two exons there is a intron. This exon andra coding sequences, so intron and non coding sequences. The intron na remove ಮಾಡಿ ಎರಡು exon ಅನ್ನು join ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು RNA splicing. Okay, after RNA synthesis. Then what is capping and tailing? Capping and tailing are the processes of forced transcriptional modifications. Transcription ಆದಮೇಲೆ for the mRNA. Here I will mention there are three types of mRNA. Sorry, there are three types of RNAs: mRNA, tRNA and rRNA. mRNA undergoes through the forced transcriptional modification, that is capping and tailing. Capping is for the 5' end and tailing is for a 3' end. Addition of 7-methylguanosine, it is the capping, and for addition of continuous adenine sequences for the 3' end is a poly A tailing. Okay, then what is genetic code? Genetic code is the 3 nitrogen base pairs which are present in the mRNA, which codes for a single amino acid. Okay, then what is anticodon? Anticodon is complementary to the genetic code which is present in the mRNA. Okay, then what is charging of tRNA? The charging of tRNA in the sense adding or attachment of the amino acid to the acceptor arm of tRNA. Usually tRNA is like this. Okay, it has the acceptor arm. There is the addition of amino acid to the tRNA with the help of amino acid tRNA synthetase enzyme. Remember the name of enzyme. I will not mention, means in this question I will not ask for the enzymes. Okay, I will give some questions on the enzymes later. Just understand the concept. While explaining the concept, just you have to remember each and every enzyme name. I will not prepare the questions like what is DNA polymerase, which enzyme is necessary for replication, which enzyme is necessary for transcription, which enzyme is necessary for translation. I will not prepare those questions. I will give some questions on the enzymes later words. These are the questions, common questions. You can accept this question for the final examination. Here, what is charging of tRNA? In the sense, the charging means attachment of the amino acid to the tRNA at the acceptor arm with the help of the amino acid tRNA synthetase enzyme. Okay, remember students, for transcription RNA polymerase is a very efficient enzyme. For replication DNA polymerase, I will explain here. I will give the question later words. Which enzyme is involved in replication? DNA polymerase. Okay, like that. Which enzyme is involved in transcription? That is RNA polymerase. Okay, remember those enzyme names. Then next thing, next question, 40 question. Now, what is UTR? UTRs are nothing but the untranscribable regions, untranslated regions which are present in both the ends of mRNA. Okay, usually the mRNA is like this. This is a 5' capping and 3' poly A tail. Okay, here the 5' capping and 3' poly A tails are considered as a UTRs, untranslated regions. They are not involved in translation process. That's why untranslated regions. Then which is the initiator codon? AUG is the initiation codon. UUG have the double functions. I will mention here. We can make another questions like what are the dual functions of AUG. Okay, AUG is the answer. This one is the answer. AUG is the initiator codon. Then AUG codes for one of the amino acid, that is the methionine. These are the dual functions of AUG. This is very important questions. This year for the supplementary exam, this question came for the 3 marks. What are the functions of AUG? Okay, why AUG is considered as a important initiative codon. Then 42, which is a terminator codon? There are 3 terminator codons are there. Those are there are totally 3 terminator codons, UAA, UGA and UAG. These are the terminator codons. Okay. Then next question, what is gene regulation? Gene regulation in the sense the gene expression is broadly under control of specific enzyme is known as a gene regulation. Okay. Then what is lac operon concept? Lac operon concept is one of the example for gene regulation or the expression of genes in case of E. coli bacteria. In the E. coli bacteria, the structural genes are going to be produce enzymes only in the presence of lactose. In the presence of glucose, the genes, the structural genes are not going to express. That is explained in the lac operon concept. Next, what is HGP? You can see here the question 45. What is HGP? HGP in the sense it is Human Genome Project. Human Genome Project. Next, what is ESTS? ESTS in the sense it is a expressed sequence tracks. During the explanation of methodology in the Human Genome Project, I explained this expressed sequence tags and sequence annotation. I explained both these things. You can watch the video, watch that video, you can get the answer for these questions. Then what is SNPs? SNPs are nothing but the single nucleotide sequences, single nucleotide polymorphism, single nucleotide polymorphism, in the sense only 0.1% of difference in all the human beings can create a polymorphism. It is considered as a single nucleotide polymorphism, or we can say that is NIPS. Okay. Next, single nucleotide polymorphism, just they ask for the expandation. Then what is satellite DNA? Satellite DNAs are nothing but the repetitive DNAs are present in the junk DNA are considered as satellite DNA, which are very necessary for genetic mapping and DNA fingerprinting. Then what are VNTRs? Variable number of tandem repeats or repetitive sequences. Okay. Then I explained these things. What is enzyme involved, which is enzyme involved in DNA replication, that is DNA polymerase, in the transcription RNA polymerase. Okay. Then next, this is all about the 1 mark questions. I skipped many enzyme related questions. You can add those questions to the 1 marks question. Okay. Next, I will give some 5 marks question. I am not going to explain the topics. Please prepare the answer for all the questions. It will cover all the topics. The 5 marks questions are like here. Totally 17 questions I prepared. These are very important. First one, explain the structure of DNA with a neat label diagram. Okay, explain the structure of DNA structure na explain ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. In that you have to explain the polynucleotide chain. The second question is like that only. Thus explain the structure of polynucleotide chain. Okay, next, this is very important. Explain the structure of nucleosome, that is packing of DNA. You may get the question like this, explain the packing of DNA. Okay, that is nothing but the nucleosome structure. Next, explain Frederick Griffith experiment or explain the transforming principle which is given by the Frederick Griffith, or you can get the question like this, explain the Griffith experiment. Okay, both are same. You have to explain with the 2 strains of bacteria. Then explain Oswald, Avery and McLeod experiments. This is also related with the transforming principle but with a different scientist. Okay, then explain Alfred Henry and Martha Chase experiment with using the radio labeled activity, radio labeling. They explain the DNA is a genetic material. Okay, you have to explain that with a schematic representation. Martha Chase, Alfred Henry. Then next question, explain the properties of explain the property of genetic material or the criteria for the genetic material. You can get the question like, why the DNA is act as a genetic material, what is the criteria for the genetic material. This is also very important question. Then what is semi-conservative replication? I already explained that. You have to explain DNA replication. Okay, then explain the experimental proof for DNA replication. The DNA replication experimental proof which is given by the scientist, 2 scientists with the help of E. coli bacteria, that is Melson's and Franklin's Hathal experiment with the help of the ammonium chloride isotopes. You have to explain that. Next, explain the transcription process. Okay, formation of RNA by the DNA you have to explain with enzymes. Then explain the process of translation. You can get the question like combination of transcription and translation, that is what is protein synthesis, or explain the process of protein synthesis. For that you have to explain each and every steps, initiation, elongation and termination. Then what is genetic code? Explain silent features of genetic code. This question is also very important. The features of genetic code is a compulsory question. Okay, then what is translation? Explain the process of translation. You already mentioned here, cancel this question. Here in the 11th question, what is translation process? Okay, next, what is lac operant concept and explained it. This is also very important one. You have to practice the lac operant concept. What is lac operant concept? Explain with diagram. You have to practice the diagram for lac operant concept and try to explain it. Then explain the goals of HGP. Along with the goals, the conclusions are also very important. The silent features of human genome project, that is conclusion, is also very important along with the goals. Okay, then what are the silent features of human genome project? Okay, then last topic, that is what is DNA fingerprinting? Explain the process or you can get technique. Explain the process or the technique of DNA fingerprinting. These are the very important questions. Please prepare answer for all these questions. These are very important. It will help for your final examinations. We will continue in the next class with a new chapter with new topics.